This is a Starlink Mini clamp mount system. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $29. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. So inside of the outer box, we have three components separately boxed or shrink wrap packaged here. This is the mounting adapter that plugs into the Starlink Mini. It has the hole here, and then a 1/4x20 mount on the bottom. This is the clamp that will clamp onto objects. It has a 1/4x20 hole here, and it looks like a 3/8 inch hole on the other side. And this is the ball head that will allow you to join these two pieces together and angle the Starlink Mini to any particular angle. Alright, so we have here a 1/4x20 stud that will connect into, for example, the bottom of this guy. And you can lock that down by turning this knurled knob here. There's a little bit of rubber between there so it'll friction fit and not come off. And then this has a decent amount of positionability. You can go full 90 degrees if you go into that slot, but otherwise it's, maybe I'd say 30 degrees in other directions. And then you tighten this thing down, and that locks it in there pretty darn well. Here we just have a double-sided 1/4x20 stud, so basically you can put this in here and then put this guy together here. So all in all, this very much gives me the feel of something where they're combining three different off-the-shelf parts, or I should say two very much off-the-shelf parts with one kind of custom Starlink Mini adapter plug here. So the entire package is moderately hefty, not super heavy, but moderately hefty. Total weight is just over 12 ounces. It's 0.345 kilograms or 345 grams. Everything appears to be metal. We have some steel inserts. So the major parts of this, these black parts, are aluminum, but I detect some magnetic flux coming into things like this screw here. These posts here are very steel. This is very steel. It doesn't feel like stainless steel either. So if you leave this outside, eventually, I suspect this is zinc coated steel, and I suspect you might get some rust on this. So this might be a fair weather clamp mount as opposed to a permanent clamp mount. On the other hand, if you don't mind just a little bit of rust, it's going to last quite a while before rust is an issue with this. And it's a jaw here, I think they say about 2 inches total size. So yeah, it's like 2.2, 2.1 inches. I'd say, 2 inches. And that would have to be something like a square 2 inches. It couldn't be a 2-inch pipe. Now, if you went to pipe size, I'd say, you need about that much for a pipe. So I'm going to say, 1.25 inch pipe. This would latch into an 1.25 inch pipe. And then it can go down a little smaller, but it doesn't go flat here, so it kind of goes like that. So I'd kind of say your minimum size is about a 1/2 inch, which, I don't think you're going to be clamping anything smaller than 1/2 inch anyways. So it looks like it should be able to hold on and get pretty good. You have a lot of leverage with this little thing here, so it looks like you could torque that down and lock it onto something pretty well. So some examples of the types of things you might clamp with this, railing here. Although you could clamp to a vertical pole, I don't believe you're going to have enough distance here for the Starlink unless you're at a really weird latitude where the satellites are really low. So I think this is more for horizontal mounting points. Here's another example of a square fence rail type setup.